This is what it is, okay? I said, empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend.
Right guys, hopefully you'll enjoy this video. I'm just tying up a few videos I've done on water being memory, and if you've just watched so far, there have been some quotes and Bruce Lee, who was absolutely spot on, bang on the money. Water is all around us. Whatever container water forms, it becomes that. We are mainly water. Our memories are stored all around us. You can call it the ether, you can call it whatever you like, but our memories overflow and they spill out, and it's all around us. People call it the Akatchi records. Everything is recorded, everything is stored. It's all around us, and we have a receptor built into us that helps us to pick up and basically upload and download our memories at will. Now in this video I will be looking at why, for instance, Alzheimer's is becoming more proliferant and more, well, it's everywhere, and schizophrenia and different things like that. And now I'm going to try and link it, hopefully, to the pollution of Mother Earth, basically. If you think about the pollution affecting the water, and if our memories and emotions are stored in the water and that is getting polluted, and then we upload this, we drink this, it is polluting our mind, we are losing memories. So in this video, hopefully I can tie all that together and just really make a good video for you. Hey, listen, stop looking at that, thinking, oh my god, what has he got on today? I can see your eyes looking down thinking, Paul, just why? Well, listen, if I can make you smile and laugh at me for wearing whatever I wear, then that's one more positive vibe in the world, and I'm all for it. Even wearing this. Right guys, so hopefully you'll like the rest of it. Right, see you in a minute.
Let there be an expanse in the midst of the waters, and let it separate the waters from the waters.
And God made the expanse, and separated the waters that were under the expanse from the waters that were above the expanse.
Water has the ability to reproduce the properties of any substance it once contained. Water would have the ability to retain a memory of the molecule's properties.
Right guys, I'm just carrying on, and I'm at the side because the whiteboard's coming out. Oh my god, he's bringing out the guns today. Yeah, so far you have seen some quotes and things on reference to memory and water. You then seen the Bruce Lee clip that I talked about, which was bang on the money. Very spiritual. Then you saw a video I've done called The Fluid of Life. Well, it was more memory waves, but I used it in the Fluid of Life video. And in that, it talks about how the ancient word for water was memory. The ancients knew everything was connected to the water. We seem to have lost our road, our path in this, this era type of thing. It's too much is put onto science being correct. Well, no. The spiritual side is being left to the wayside, or if you're into the spiritual type of thing, you're classed as cuckoo or the occult or different. Well, no, you're just being true to yourself, to nature, Mother Nature. That's what I believe it is. Obviously, some types of spiritual can be bad, but like I said, it's all perspectives to people and what makes them happy. We should just leave them be, you know what I mean? If it doesn't affect us, do you know what I mean? It's like, not a case of that, but people should respect people's differences. So here it is. If no one's seen me so far, I'll try and get up the screen so you can see. So basically what I'm talking about, especially from when it talks about the water, how creation began, because as you can hear at the beginning, well, not the beginning of the clip, it was the waters above and the waters below, and an expanse was made in the middle. So water was here first. Could the water, like I say, be our soul, our consciousness? Because it was here, it's part of God. And that was here first, before, that was the primordial us, basically, you know what I mean? Our essence, our pureness. And that was there first. Now, if you think about in the first, number one, there you can see the waters was just basically everywhere. And then from the clip, you hear him talking about how Jesus in Genesis said he created a void and expanse in between the waters above and the waters below, hence the expanse bit in the middle. Now in the bit and bit, well, as we know from what Bruce Lee said, water takes the shape and form of anything that it's in. So from the expanse, the waters from above and the waters from below seep through into the expanse, and hence needing a vessel to create or to form into, it became us, it became the animals, it became the wildlife, it became the rocks, it became the oceans, it became everything. This is just a vessel, and that's why I say in the Bruce Lee clip, when he says, be the teapot. We are the teapot in essence. The water came in us, our soul, we are just carrying the water, our soul in us. For instance, when you saw well, in a minute you will see I'm adding some more clips, some Dr. Omoto stuff and a few other things, so I won't go really into depth, but as you know, I've just got my notes here. I want to try and look at pollution in a way of, because it's polluting our earth, it's polluting the water around us. Even the air we breathe is a fluid, it's a gas. So it's a, you know what I mean? I know water has 3 states of matter, but they believe there's a 4th state of matter too. But I don't want to go right in that. This is more a spiritual video, more updating my theory on our memories all around us, because it's us, it's our soul. If you believe things are predetermined to a level and we still have a little choice, the forking of the paths, do you know what I mean? Everything is predetermined always, but you do get a choice to which way you want to go in a way. Some people believe in that, some people don't, and that's brilliant. I'm just trying to use this as an example to show that everything around us, our memories, our thoughts, it's all around us, it's stored everywhere. And when you have a memory and it's like you can't remember, it's like, oh God, it washed away, it just, the seeps away in the memory, and then when it comes back home, the memories are all coming flooding back. How many sayings and different things are referred to that type of thing? Because that's what it is. It's just in my opinion, obviously. And for instance, like I've said in my original memory wave video, our energy can be stored. in inanimate objects like a room, a wall, everything like that, because you can walk into a room, you can feel the negative energy straight away. Something traumatic has happened, and that person is like, not like, you know, like an EM field, the thoughts, the tension, the anger, the sadness, the negativity has just gone poof, outwards, and it's been imprinted on everything around, because everything is vibrating. Things like your tables, wooden tables, your flooring, vibrating. It's just the energy is dying, so it's not vibrating as much, but it's still vibrating. And when everything is vibrating, this negative energy is getting stored in the gaps, just like positive energy can. So all this energy that we're exuding, oh my god, I'll end up going. Hopefully I'll get a water in a minute. It's getting stored in all these objects. So when you pick an object and you can feel something really ominous or happy, it's because someone who's picked that object up, their happy thoughts at that time, their memories, has been stored in the object. I mean, how beautiful is that? I mean, it's sad also when the negative energy, evil, gets stored into something, but it's all an experience, it's all life, and we're on a journey as such. I mean, like I said, we've all seen Dr. Emoto's work, but if you think about it, when he's saying these things, he's saying a positive thing to the rice, or, you know what I mean, I use that for an example. He says a positive thing to a rice, he says a negative thing to a rice, and he doesn't say anything to a third one. Obviously it grows, the positivity grows because you've been nice to it. It's got feelings. You say something nasty to it, it withers, and it's holding this negative energy, this sadness, this evil, and it affects it. And we see that in the results. Not saying nothing to anything, just keeps it basically balanced. So that is showing you the water, the rice, because everything's alive, has feelings. When you are scared or frightened or excited, you perspire. So these feelings that you're feeling at this time are just oozing out your skin and evaporate into the liquid, the gas around us. So your memories at that time are being stored all around you. It's like dogs and other animals can smell your fear, because you're pushing it out, you're pushing the fear out, and it's evaporating into the water around us, so they can sniff it. These things have feelings, so if it has feelings, it has to be alive, it has to be sentient, it has to be a part of us. It has to be our memories reacting all around us. So when you think of something, yeah, you can keep it in your head, but what happens if when you think of that thought, you're also uploading it to these Apache records, to the cassette records all around us? It's been stored, it's just floating through, and basically you have direct linked to those memories. So when you're doing things and you're just like sitting back and you're just thinking, or a song comes on, your memory has been imprinted on that song and it's kept. So as soon as you hear the song, you automatically go back to a time which was a pleasant, a good time, or a negative or evil time, because it reminds you of something sad. So your memory at that one time imprinted onto that song. So when it comes along, you then upload it straight away, because it sparks, you remember because of the sound. Same with smells. So everything around us is liquid or gas, and our memories just go outwards to that, like a Wi-Fi. Basically, you know, when you see a Wi-Fi symbol and it has the things on top of each other and it exudes out, we're basically like that. We're walking around like that, like Sims type of thing. And all our thoughts, our actions, our memories, our emotions are being pushed out. And that's why when you walk into a room, the energy, you can feel it, and you feel good because the energy in the room's good. Or you can walk into a house, a creepy house, so much negativity, evil that's happening in the house, you feel down, like I'm pressured, and because you're feeling the emotion of the house, you're feeling the emotion of the people who are in it to create that. More people are more intuitive and are more receptive. They have a different tuner. I call it a tuner, like on the tuning fork in your head, and you can pick up the even more minute frequencies and emotions that people's left. So this was what my idea from original theory. I was just coming up with what is happening with the Mandela effect and different things like this, and why is it causing more to more people. And this is what I've covered in some videos. And I came up with a theory that because our thoughts are all around us, our memories, some people can pick up other people's memories because they're that intuitive. So it's like they can like lock onto someone else's the Wi-Fi signal and pick up what they were thinking. And sometimes memories get mixed. Some of them don't. I'm not saying it's just that, but I'm just showing you an example of how, what, and why I was thinking this. We all have a basic tune that when you talk to someone and things resonate with them, you are all automatically pushed onto their frequency. You are all sharing that one common frequency because you're together, and the amount of time you spend with a person, you like acclimatise, you zone in on that frequency and you share it. Watching my videos, talking to friends or family, even if people talk about when you get kidnapped, it's hard to get feelings for the captor, because you're spending so much time together. You start to form a bond, a frequency. You start to merge on this frequency level. So when we do these shows, you guys watch, you guys comment, you do your own shows, you research yourself, you are sharing the part of that person who's made that video, and then you start to get a wide range of frequencies inside you. Some people have thousands, millions, because they're so intuitive. They have this crystal gene I talk about inside them. And this is why I just want to quickly update and show people that is new to my channel the kind of things I think about, and it's so far back in my backlog of videos, because we all progress. It's all a journey. When I research something else, that will then get added to my original theory, or when you guys comment your brilliant comments, that sparks something to me. Originally I didn't include mem for being water, and it took someone else, a brilliant person who watches my videos, to say, Paul, black sheep, did you know that the Phoenician and the Egyptian word for water was memory for mem? You know what I mean? So it's brilliant. So water around us has feelings, and these experiments that I'm going to show coming up will show you that. And so if water has feelings and we are part of the water, these are our thoughts, these are our memories, it's all getting stored, and what happens is you just have access to these memories at will. And that is why I'm thinking, when everything around us is getting polluted through chemtrailing, through actual pollution into the waters, all the stuff's getting dumped, this will affect our memories. So I want to look into it as well soon. Is the pollution rates have gone up and up and up and up in the world, and so is the case for Alzheimer's and other memory type of ailments, you know what I mean, and things. That's just my thinking on the video. So hopefully guys, you're watching so far and you're enjoying it, even though it's like a deep video. It's like the case of some part in the video you saying like memory being a hidden place, being hidden. Well, words you hide at your memories, it's in your head, but once if you hide them so much, you point it out and it's out. So like when you talk to people and you want to put yourself out there, you're doing it physically, but you're putting your emotions, your frequency out there. So all our frequencies, basically, it's like, if we go out now it's like a liquid, a gas, a water, and all our frequencies are waves. Waves. What is water? When how it moves, it's a waves. Not just everything, everything's like light waves, sound waves. So frequencies, like love and hate, are physical waves. I don't mean to touch, you know what I mean? The waves. So when you're being loving, you are producing a loving wave. People can pick up on that wave because it's energy, it's a frequency. You're being negative, evil. It influences people at the side of you, and it gets passed on and passed on. It's why when you go into a room and you've had a bad day, people feel a bit edgy, and then you see someone who really smiles, and you're just like, oh, and they make you feel better, because that goodness, that positive energy wipes out the negative type of energy. But it's an ongoing battle. So hopefully you'll see so far that It's a deep theory. Hopefully you're liking it. Hopefully I'll include a bit more. What's coming up now is videos that are trying to show my theory of how important water is. Water contains memory. So is that our soul? Is that our essence? Like I said at the beginning of this video chat, that God, our creator, there was water here first, and he spoke and made an expanse. So basically the water is all around us. So when water always conforms to its container, do you know what I mean? So all the water went in and filled us, became us. That's just my theory. It could be way off there, could be wrong. Nothing wrong with having a theory and speculating, because some people with better thoughts, better ideas, can take it and run. Right guys, see you in a sec. Oh, it stopped again. My mouse has gone dead, so I have to pretend to be frozen.
To what extent is water capable of picking up information? What does it perceive? And how does it remember it over time?
The Aerospace Institute in Stuttgart has discovered a relatively simple way of making the structure of a drop of water visible. The researchers have had their efforts rewarded by insights into a very beautiful world. Each drop has a face of its own, unmistakable and unique. Why are the individual drops so different from one another? We got a lot of people to come to a lecture hall here at the Institute, gave them all the same water, had them make drops at exactly the same time, collected all the drops, and then discovered that each individual produced different images from the same water. And here you can see the results. Here on the right you can see that the images of the individual students are different, but those made by a given student are all quite similar. This is the work of the first experimenter, this one here from the second, this from the third, and this from the fourth. Individually they can quite easily be reproduced, but you would never have thought that they were all from the same water, because when you compare the images from the different people, you see some big differences. Then we undertook experiments to find out whether things changed when we put something into the water. A real flower was placed in the water. A while later we took a drop of water, and here you can see one of the pictures. And you can see it in this picture. It's the typical image you get when you put a flower into water. You could recognize the flower in every single drop in this glass, of course. That can be reproduced and has significance. And if you were to put a different flower in here, for example, a Sweet William flower, then all the drops of this water would look like Sweet William. The statement that water has a memory practically changes our whole way of looking at the world, of course. Let's travel down the Rhine in the figurative sense. The water is flowing down the Rhine, picking up information everywhere it goes. So the water has more information at the mouth of the Rhine than it had at the source. And the Dutch, living at the mouth, when they drink that water, they're also drinking all that information. Thus, the world's oceans would no longer be something that separates us, but instead a giant storehouse of information, and the rain would perhaps be a data medium carrying information to the world.
Dr. Amato's laboratory does research on water samples which are subjected to various forms of outside influence. The impressions made upon the water are recorded by swiftly freezing it in a cryogenic chamber. This is what water heated in a microwave oven looks like. This is the effect of a mobile telephone. Somebody said, "Thank you" to this water. Excuse me. You disgust me. Let us see how this type of water affects human blood. The doctor is drawing blood from a patient's finger. Using a special microscope, we shall be able to see the condition of her body from this drop.
These are red blood cells, and they've lost their electrical charge, so they're all stuck together in a formation called a rouleau. Here's a huge symplast. Symplasts are associated with heart disease. and arthritis and lung disease and many other conditions that could be coming in the future.
The doctor asks the patient to drink a small amount of structurized water. After 12 minutes, the doctor again draws blood from the patient and studies it.
So you can see that the cells then become buoyant, they become slippery, and they have their electrical charge, so they repel each other. That allows them to carry oxygen, and it means that we're changing the pH of the blood back to an aerobic environment rather than an anaerobic environment. I think that's utterly amazing that just drinking water could do that.
In 1995, Dr. Emoto Masaru was the first one to record musical impressions on water. In Dr. Emoto Masaru's laboratory, they allowed water to listen to music, after which they flash froze the water. And then, under the microscope, they could clearly see the crystals that the water had formed. Here is what the music of Bach looks like. Mozart, Beethoven, heavy rock, Dr. Emoto has conducted another interesting experiment. He placed rice into 3 glass beakers and covered it with water. And then every day for a month, he said, "Thank you" to one beaker, "You're an idiot" to the second, and the third one he completely ignored. After 1 month, the rice that had been thanked began to ferment, giving off a strong, pleasant aroma. The rice in the second beaker turned black. And the rice that was ignored began to rot. Dr. Emoto thinks that this experiment provides an important lesson, especially with regard to how we treat children. We should take care of them, give them attention, and converse with them. Indifference does the greatest harm. There have been many wars on religious grounds in human history. But in our experiment, water reacted to individual words that had a religious content by forming beautiful crystals. This means that the conception of our nature coincides with each religion. The Christian prayer, the Buddhistic prayer, the Muslim prayer. Dr. Emoto presumes that serious crimes are committed most of all in areas where people curse the most often. Idiot, I hate you. Laboratory containers of water were inscribed with hieroglyphs denoting words and the names of well-known people. Love, hope, soul, Mother Teresa, Hitler. Emoto Masaru's numerous experiments aimed at finding the word that cleanses water most powerfully have shown that it is not just one word, but a combination of 2. Love and gratitude. Every one of water's properties is unique, and they do not easily fit into the generally accepted laws of physics. Science has not yet been able to answer the question of why water is the only substance on the planet that can exist in three states: liquid, solid, and gaseous. Why does water have the highest surface tension of all liquids? Why is it the most powerful solvent on Earth? And how, in defiance of the Earth's gravity, is water able to rise through the trunks of gigantic trees against tens of atmospheres of pressure? Water has memory. Experiments done in many countries around the world have shown that water receives and makes an imprint of any outside influence, remembering everything that occurs in the space that surrounds it. Any substance coming into contact with water leaves a trace in the water. Had our ancestors guessed this when they used silver vessels to turn ordinary water into healing water?
It is today the best antibiotic that is made, as good in Afghanistan and Iraq. The American army uses this water, 1 atom per 100 million, to kill all the germs in a wound. So the President of the United States uses this water to keep infectious bugs from his hand. So I said, how can this water be?
As it records information, water acquires new properties, yet its chemical composition remains unchanged.
So their theory was the chemical composition of the water is important. Now the sensational news is that that is nonsense. The structure of water is much more important than the chemical composition.
The structure of water means how its molecules are organized. We can see how water molecules join together into groups. These are called clusters. Scientists came up with the idea that these clusters work as memory cells of a certain sort, in which water recalls the whole history of its relationship with the world as if on magnetic tape.
If you consider a cluster as a group of specific molecules, then it can survive only a short amount of time. But if you consider it as a structure whereby molecules can leave and other molecules come in, the cluster can last effectively for a very long time.
The stability of the cluster structures confirmed the hypothesis that water is capable of recording and storing information.
It may be the single most malleable computer, which can, it's like a computer memory. It's the memory of information. We must know how it is arranged. It is like the alphabet. If I give you the alphabet, you don't know a word, you don't know a letter, you don't know a sentence. So the molecular structure is the alphabet of water. And you must make a sentence out of water, and you can change the sentence.
Depending on age, a human being is 70 to 90% made of water. An adult drinks approximately 2.5 liters of water each day in order to sustain his normal life functions. Another 1.5 liters is absorbed through the skin during bathing or showering. Water makes a long and difficult journey before arriving in our homes. It used to be common knowledge that settlement could only occur where there was a natural source of water. Today, whether or not there is water in a place is of no importance because we transport water for thousands of kilometers using high pressure. In nature, rivers and streams always flow along a smoothly curving course. But any water supply system has multiple right-angle turns. The natural structure of the water breaks down more and more with each such turn. Water from a water supply system which flows into our homes through pipes has various forms, crystals of various forms, but they're all deformed. That is, it may look like this, it can look this way, or have these crystals in many other arrangements, but you won't see any symmetry or beauty. It is well known that the water supply in many large cities is a closed-loop system. After undergoing aggressive chemical purification and passing through powerful filters, the water in these systems is returned to our homes, still remembering the chemicals and the violence it was subjected to. Even stronger, however, is the informational pollution that water accumulates as it flows down kilometers-long pipes through thousands and thousands of houses and apartments. Nowhere in the world is the water the same. Breaking its way to the surface, through minerals and ores, water assimilates the vibrations of the soil and information about its specific biological and energetical features. We tested this absolutely marvelous water, which is sold in large bottles, and the producer puts a label on them which says it's the best water in the world. But it is empty and dead. True, it's pure and it's good, and some minerals have been added. But this is dead water in which there is no energetics and there is no life. Most likely, people do not sense any particular difference between naturally pure and artificially purified water. But any animal will always choose water from a spring, because this water is loaded with natural energies.
The world we are forced to live in is on fast forward, fast food, and full of negativity. We are what we eat. We are what we drink, literally. We are eating and drinking negativity that is polluting all our souls, literally. Right guys, here's DS9, one of my favourite Star Treks. Yeah, I was a sci-fi geek. Anyway, what I'm trying to get at with this video is to show you that how the water around us, the water we drink, is us. We are from that. It's a consciousness, it's us, it's our emotions, it's our soul. Now, this will show you what I'm trying to think of when we were part of the great ocean at the beginning, when the Creator spoke for the first time and divided the oceans, created a void where we fell into. This is the kind of thing what I'm trying to get at. And these are changelings. If you've never seen it before, and DS9, these people are changelings. But when they are not in a vessel form, like a teapot, like Bruce Lee said, they go to the Great Link, which is an ocean, a sea, where all the consciousness is shared. There you go.
When you return to the link, what will become of the entity I'm talking to right now?
The drop becomes the ocean.
And if you choose to take solid form again?
The ocean becomes a drop.
Yes. I think I'm beginning to understand.
Then you can answer your own question. How many of us are there?
One. And many. It depends on how you look at it.
Very good. You are beginning to understand. But there's so much you don't know.
Welcome to the Black Sheep Researcher, where we search for the truth, outcast style. Oh God, it never gets old. Oh my God, I remember the first time I said that. I was like, welcome to the truth, outcast style. Oh my God. Right guys, hopefully so far you're getting what I'm trying to get through in this video about just how miraculous water is, how we don't even know what it is, and it covers so much of the planet, even us. So I had a few videos that I've briefly touched on it a little bit and expanded, especially Mandela memory wave and water bubbles, memory bubbles, and you can catch them out. So some of that stuff will appear in this just because it's connected onto what I am trying to say, that the water that's all around us is us. It's, as I like to call it, it's the one wave, because we come from the one wave frequency, vibration, and the physical water. Because as you remember at the beginning, I showed you my really bad drawing. When the Creator created us, he spoke, he spelled, his energy created a void in between the waters from above and the waters below. So for me, I am taking that ancient primordial water is the one wave, it's the one consciousness, it's the one soul, which is many. And that is why I included the Star Trek clip, just to show you the train of thought that I'm having on this video. And by now, whatever you watch, doesn't matter if you believe what I say, the evidence with the videos has to make you think, it could possibly be this. Because like I said, it is a what if. Some of the things are not what if, like water molecules retain memories. That is proven now. So when like I'm drinking this, just say thank you or I love you to the water. Make it positive from a negative. Even though it's filtered in different waters that you get, it still needs that extra touch, I think. Because it's all alive. Now we all know Mother Earth is alive. You can call her whatever name you want. People call her Gaia. And all, you know what I mean? It's just a label. Don't get hung up on labels. Just have more labels. Do you know what I mean? If you don't like the sound of that, make one up yourself. That suits you. That's what the beauty of it is. And this is why I had to do this video. I felt I needed to get certain things off my chest that was festering. A negative energy was festering inside my soul, changing the water molecules, me, like Dr. Emoto's work. Say a positive thing, a happy, nice thing, a loving thing to the rice, the water. It forms beautiful and it grows. Talk nasty, show evil, be negative. It dies and withers. And say nothing at all, and it just is stable. It's neither. It's a balance. So think about that now. If that is having an effect, showing that love and hate are actual physical forces, like I've said for so long, and if that is not showing you that water has to be alive, has to be sentient, surely, to show emotions. It has to be, in my eyes. Some people might disagree, but when something is reacting to negative and reacting to positive in that way, it's got to be sentient, it's got to be alive. Do you know what I mean? It holds memory, it retains everything that it's in. So surely my speculation, my thesis that we are part of the ocean, we are one wave, surely has merits. I'm not saying, yeah, it's law and it's fact. It just has merits. And when we speculate in videos, some of them are wild speculations. Some of them are like what I say. It's just me trying to work out this topic out that suits my mind, you know, my basic mind out. Do you know what I mean? It's a case of how can I break that down so I can understand it in really, really basic layman terms. And this is what I'm doing with this topic. I've seen people researching the Mandela effect and different things, and they just concentrate on the residue and things like that, which is fine, because we need to see these residue to show that we're not going crazy or misremembering as people who it doesn't affect. Now you've got to imagine the Mandela effect is basically, it just affects different people, but it's a spiritual journey. It affects people at different times. Different things happen. So when you experience something and you see it differently, that could be the Mandela effect, especially if name changes. But other people might not see it. Doesn't mean you're right, doesn't mean you're wrong. It just means it's right to you because you seeing it because it's on your journey, it's in your path. So that's why I did the original videos back then, to come up with the ideas of how memories are stored all around us. Like I put in the film, the Akachi or the Kasich records, it's all around us. It's always recording. It's a wave. It's the water. Because it's all one. You can call it the universe, which is one verse. One verse sounds like a song, doesn't it? Song is a vibration, song is a frequency, song is a wave. So it's all waves. And even law is Admiralty law, it's the law of the sea, because we're on the sea, we are the sea. So when we're drinking water, even though it sounds disgusting, someone else had drunk that water before. It's been in them, it's collected their memories. It's retained memories of other people. So when we're drinking water, we are literally drinking other people's thoughts, memories, emotions, good or bad. That then would affect the water in us. It would retain. Basically, if you're drinking something, it's a tragic and it's negative, you're drinking pure negativity. That's why you always have to say thank you, or like positive to a glass of water before you drink it to change it. It's like when you get crystals and you have to, like, not earth, I'm saying, you have to change your energy, because if someone negative has been handling them crystals before you buy it, you're basically using a negative energy. So you have to put the positive energy, recharge it in essence back to that. So like I said, I had to make this movie. I felt pushed. My friend who said I needed to do it a long time ago to let go of that negative energy that was festering inside me. I'm researching this. I came to find a bit of peace. Bit of peace inside me. And you just have to do that sometimes. So you have to let go sometimes. Say, even apologise, for yourself. Sometimes you can apologise and you can say sorry, and different things and people and emotions can affect you. So you have to just appreciate that we make mistakes. Some things are not meant to be, or some things just happen. Life is hard as it is, as I keep saying. So when you retain these negative energies, you are changing the medium inside you, the water inside you, so it festers like the Dr. Emoto's work. So you have to find a way to either forgive yourself or just find a different path, or bless the water. You know what I mean? By saying a positive thing. Even it showed evidence that even saying prayer has changed the water to a positive type of shape. Because like I said, and I've said a few times, we're all on a journey, and it is a rocky journey, an up and down journey. Sometimes it's a good journey. We just got to try and enjoy everything, even the negative, to an extent, because it's all learning. If we didn't have the negative, we'd never learn. So unfortunately, we have to learn. It's like an experience, isn't it? That we put here to learn all these emotions, to better ourselves. And eventually, if we reach a level, we can then move past everything. It's deep, isn't it? So like I said, I've talked about a few things so far, but what is getting to me is how Bruce Lee talks about the water. When it finds a vessel, it becomes the vessel. So it's a case of when the creator create that void, I'm just picturing our souls going on a journey like the Stargate. It became one from them, it became many from the one, basically, and you became something else. Your soul is a part of the Akachi records, it's a part of the greater consciousness. These are things like Tesla said, he got his ideas from the greater consciousness, the universe. Well, the universe, everything is us. So it's our thoughts, it's a collective thoughts, it's one thought, it's many thoughts. So when you can tap into this pool, see what a reference again, when people talk about, oh, I want to tap into the pool, the resource, it's all water based. Even like sorry to go back, the Phoenicians word, the Egyptians word for water was for memory. If you even look at the squiggly lines for water, it's identical, like include it to brainwaves. So all these things the ancients knew. I think, well, I know the people in the parasites in control know, because they let us know in videos, in music, in films. It's all in plain sight to tease us, showing us the answers that some people cannot see. So that the golden us, they're having a laugh saying, this is what's really going on. Let's see if you can see it. And the people who can see, because I believe some people just physically can't see. I've done a video on it called a truth wavelength. Please check it out. That will basically show you that, in my opinion, obviously, the truth is hidden. And obviously we call it the veil. But when you reach a certain point, it seems your eyes can see through the veil. You can see the lies. So it's not invisible anymore. So check that video out. Right, back to this. If you think about it, is it the first symbol, water? So it's even the first symbol. One water, the first symbol. So that's why I made the title, you know what I mean? Like one water, one I can't even forget what it is. You know what I mean? That is my memory save. I've got so many ideas, I even forgot my title. And I'll put it one soul, one wave. Because I believe the collective consciousness, we are one soul, but we are many in the one, if that makes sense. Hopefully it makes sense. Yeah, so carry on from Dr. Isamoto's work, as I've already talked about. Yeah, then that was an experiment about the water going into the person taking blood test, and you can physically see it had an effect. So what about if the things like what was it called, Alzheimer's and dementia and different memory things like that is being affected because they are polluting Mother Earth, the one wave? Because that's just what I'm going thinking. If all these types of things are getting more and more present and affecting people, why is it? Because we are what we eat. Like I said, we are what we drink. So if water is retaining memories and it's polluted, you are then drinking polluted water. It's retaining negative energies, changing your structure, your molecules. You're then becoming more negative. Then when your immune system is so low, you're open to suggestion, to indoctrination, to receive more parasites. And it's a vicious cycle of cleansing, not just the spiritual, but the physical. And I know we're not physical because we're all vibration, but it still feels physical and it still reacts to physical, because that's what our brain is deciphering and encrypting and then re-encrypting so that we can understand. And when you're doing videos like this where it's talking deep and it's a huge what if, some people will get triggered. Some people will show my flaws, some of the things I've done wrong. Well, that's okay. I'm all about the positive. I know I make mistakes. I know I make mistakes in this. But we're here to learn. And if you're like a know-it-all show-off, you're not going to learn. You have to be humble. You have to show that when you learn a mistake, you actually learn from it, and don't be a show. You know what I mean? Sometimes it comes across people, even me, could be a show off, but that's like in text talk, because text talk, or you know what I mean, social media, when you're messaging, has no emotion in the words. So you can't see if someone's joking unless they put LOL or make a laugh, but sometimes that's just sarcasm. So it's a very hard balance between being humble and a show-off, I think, because even though humble you appreciate, you've got to learn from it. And I make so many mistakes. And sometimes I'm just really excited that sometimes it'll come across that I'm being a smart ass, or do you know what I mean, arrogant, and it's not. It's just I get so excited when I research, and I have to share it with the people who are called my family, which is you guys. So, you know what I mean? And it's all perspectives and how we perceive. Some people won't like what I do. Some people won't like my shirt, even though I'm trying to make you smile. But that's fine. All I tell you guys is just don't hold on to the negativity. It does you no good. I've learned that the hard way. Even though I've been positive, and you can see me smiling and laughing, inside I'm holding on to a negative, and it's been rotting. It's been eating away at me, and if it wasn't for a good friend basically trying to kick me up the ass to get that negative out of me, it's a hard battle, and it's a journey that you can only do in yourself. So when I'm doing videos like this, I'm putting all my soul into this topic or that topic, because my soul's gone on a journey of experience. So when I'm doing this video about water being our soul, I found that inner peace. I help to cleanse, and it's not fully cleansed, but do you know what I mean? We are learning, and we have to cleanse each day. You have to rid yourself of this negativity, and just let go sometimes, because it does you no good. You can see it from a doctor's motto work. So if that's doing it to rise, what is negativity and evil and all this doing to your insides? You could, you know what I mean? It could be, when you call it stress, that could be the negative festering and making it emotion stress, because people ridicule stress, but stress can do a lot of things to the human body. The mind's a powerful tool. It's like the placebo effect. If you think you're getting healed, you will get healed. It's the power of the mind. So when I'm doing the videos and talking about how our consciousness, our soul, could be the water it's around us, you're looking really deep within you and into topics that seem to cleanse you and bring you closer to a creator or a divine force. And that's what I do when I seem to delve in, get myself really deep. I know that some of them, most of them are what ifs. But when I do a video, I just hope I'm making someone smile when it's a good topic and changing their negative into a positive. Some of the topics I've covered lately have been negative, but sometimes we have to see the negativity in the world to shine our light on it, to try and turn it for good, to get people more aware of it. Because if more and more people are aware of it, maybe the spell, the energy that's in the spell, the indoctrination, the evil, the frequency gets lowered to where we become immune to it. But it's a never-going battle. So this video for me was trying to tie in a few things about the miracle that's water. Now I might talk a few what ifs and different things, but like I said, it's not proven, it can't be proven. It's just me talking out loud. Like, I'm just beautiful thinking, and I know it's like, oh, so you're drinking other people's emotions. So how would that emotion affect your memories, you being you? Is it your memories, or is it someone else's memories that you are reliving as an experience? That is deep, isn't it? Like I said, if you have a bad case of memory, you know what I mean? Is that what's happening in the Mandela effect? I come up with a way of theory on that. It's a case of, when you have flip-flops, it's a case of you taking on the memories of that person whose experience it is as that, and you are drinking that, and you are seeing it, what they are seeing, because it's bonding with your molecules. So you've got like 2 memories in your head, or 3, because you're drinking someone else's memories. Remember, all the water gets recycled, and then when you perspire, it goes into the ether, the environment, which is a liquid gas. So it's all water, right, if you basically see it like that. So we are drinking each other. We're sharing memories, we're sharing fears, we're sharing negativity, we're sharing the love, but they need to keep it more negative, because that's how they survive. And that is why there's chemtrail and vaccines, all this, to bring our immune systems down, so we're more susceptible to their parasite, to them, to keep under control. Because it's all about control to these people, and they can't control us if we are free, we are one. we are working together in a hive mind, in a one wave type of scenario, together, shining the light. They just can't cope with it. It's like a tsunami to the negativity. The good will just smash away all the negative, and that's what they don't want. They don't want could be a love tsunami in a word, you know what I mean, of positive energy, of positive waves, just obliterating the negativity that's in the world. So this was just thinking, could that help or hinder what the Mandela effect is? The Mandela effect, the earth, Mother Earth, the water, the one verse, all around us. It's our consciousness, it's here. Is the Mandela wave, is that a frequency, another wave sent out to help us recalibrate down below in the void? Because they're all around us. It's us, it's our families, it's our past families. Because if you think about it, we are drinking ancient people. If water contains every memory that someone's been in it, this could be when people dream about past lives. You are experiencing past memories through the water because it's someone, it's a soul, it's an entity, it's you, it's a one wave. Oh God, that's blown my mind now. Sorry. Getting emotional. Because you think about that is, if you were drinking, you were sharing memories. Past people, like, I was brought up by my granddad, and he's died. I could be sharing and drinking his memories as well, and keeping them with me. Sorry about that. I'm not recording because I'm 22 minutes in and I'm not doing it again. So you'll have to just put up with me being soft. But it's when you start thinking so deep, it opens up, you know, your memories, and you're thinking of different things and the people who occur, you know, it occur to you. And you always want to see them again. And you know, when you feel people and they're always with you, it's because they are with you, they're in you. You're keeping the memories in you because it's the water around us. It's like when you go into a room, I keep talking about this, and I talked about this on a show last night. Everything in the world is vibrating, it's an energy. We're vibrating really quick. But objects like trees that's been used for furniture, all the walls, they're still vibrating, but they're vibrating really slowly because the energy is gone. But it's still vibrating to an extent. It's just the energy that is really slow. So all this positive energy, all this negative energy is being trapped in the gaps of the vibrations. So when you walk into a room and you can feel, oh, you feel good in here, or you walk into a room and oh my God, the hairs stand on your neck because it feels really negative, because something tragically has happened in that room, and that moment at that time, like not an EMF, but you know what I mean? Think of in a wave explosion, the energy explosion at that time of the negative event is being stored all around us, in the walls, in objects, in pens, in glasses, in anything that the energy you can transfer to, it will stay in. And that's the same with water. So when people's passed on or died, or whatever you want to look at, all their memories have been stored in the water, and we are sharing their memories by re-drinking it, and then a part of us then goes with that. So that's why I always talk now about being positive. I'm researching this, I'm thinking this deeply. It's made me like forgive myself, you know what I mean, for past things that happened to me, and it's been festering inside because you don't want to admit that you were wrong or things didn't work out or things like that, because it just felt right at the time, different thing. But some things are just not meant to be, or events or things, because it's like the forking of the path that I talk about. But I held anger, and it was festering. Do no good. Not for my jovial self. You have to keep yourself positive, and it's very hard in a world it's full of negativity. It really is. It's like you're on a merry-go-round or a roller coaster. It's like you're up and you're getting high on the positivity, and the next minute you're being brought down to the lows, and it's ups and downs, you know what I mean? And it's crazy, and it has an effect. So sometimes we have to find the balance and then enjoy the highs. But like I did a quote, you can't appreciate the love, the passion, if you've never tasted negative or evil or sadness. You don't appreciate it. So it is, unfortunately, a learning experience. But there's different types of negative stuff, and that is the force negative on us that we're getting from the parasites who are in control. Like I said, they need the negativity to survive, and they thrive on it. And that's why all this water pollution, air pollution, pollution in vaccines, using vaccines, all this is done because it's our memories. So if you can affect the memories, and when we take that memories back on, we are then getting polluted with the negativity and the bad memories and different things in that it's been contained in that water. So molecules retain memories. So it's a case of they retain the negative memories, the negative energies, the negative molecules or whatever they've been in. Hence, like polluted water and different things and vaccines. So when you start looking deep, like what I'm trying to say about this topic, it really just knocks you in the solar plexus. And I know it could be some deep for some people, and I'm sorry about that. It just, when I do my films, it's a case of sometimes I am doing it for you, I always say, I am doing it for you, but I'm doing it for myself. It's a video diary. I sometimes look back on see how I've progressed, how I've changed. Sometimes I need to work on something, like my communication is bad. I do waffle. Sometimes I talk really quick. Sometimes I talk really slow, and it's an ongoing battle. Like I've told you guys before, I had a stammer. I'm dyslexic. Things just, my brain is going too quick from my mouth. So if I can do it with what my many flaws, I hopefully can give people inspiration who is in similar or worse to go and make a video and basically expose themselves. Do you know what I mean? Because there's people out there who've got gifts and they're scared of making videos, jumping onto the YouTube because of ridicule. And like I said, if people are in that zone and want to do videos and want to contact me, I will help you any way I can. Not saying it's right or wrong. Do you know what I mean? But with it, surely we're here to help each other. Well, I am. Do you know what I mean? I try and help anyone I can. Doesn't mean it's right what I say or wrong what I say. It's just, like I said, my perspective. And hopefully I can help anyone on my journey itself. Like I said, I'm on a journey. I did this video. I should have done it a while ago. But, I'm like, my head's down in bubbles. I've got water and bubbles on the brain. And I wasn't ready. So now I've done this and I feel... You know what I mean? I feel a bit new until tomorrow. No, but it's a journey. So, like, to quick roundup, I'm saying in this video that the water around us is us. It's a one wave. It's a one soul. The many become a one. They become uni. And isn't that such beautiful that could happen? Where we're sharing all our knowledge, because like I said, you basically talk about water containing memories, retaining memories. Does that not just sound like a catchy record? So every water droplet is in a catchy record holding some form of memory. So if water can contain memory, we're drinking memories. When we then expel it, our memories are going away, and we should let negative energy go like that. We get a glass of water or a bottle of water, just say nice things to it. It sounds new age. They don't want us to do things like this because they want to make it new age, they want to make it hippie, they want to say you're a pagan, you're a cultist, because they don't want you to go back and become one. They are scared of us becoming the one. It's bang out as plain as that. They don't want us to become one, together, united, a hive mentality. Because when we're all together, sharing that one wave, anything is possible. Do you know what I mean? And I just think it's a beautiful thing when we all share things together, share our experiences. You can't get no better than that, because it just gives people passion. Like I said, I've watched a few videos, and the passion, the comments, what they're saying has made me think of different topics. And hopefully I can do this when you watch this. Could this then relate to something you're working on? And it's brilliant. So I want to say thank you for putting up with me, for wearing this, and for this. Well, I'm not sorry about that. You know what I mean? I get emotional, but you know what I mean? I have to say. And the moral of the story is, just be kind, love each other, be as positive as you can. And when it's all negative and you're in the low zone, just know that it won't last that long. You've got to come up. You know, they say the only way is up. Sometimes it feels like there's a weight on our shoulders and it's keeping us down at the bottom. But hopefully people like me, people like you, can come along, swim along and cut the weights and help you up. And this is what we all should be doing. So thanks for watching this video. Hopefully you've got my meaning of water is us, it's a soul, it contains all the memories and all the, you know what I mean? You saw all the stuff I've put in. So hopefully guys, if you appreciate what I've done, hopefully you can let me know by commenting, liking, subscribing. If not, take care and I'll see you again. Bye guys.